definitely a fun game to pitch in. You know, playing in a championship game, playing with some of the best guys I've ever played in my life personally, on and off the field. It was a great experience pitching in front of 10,000 fans. Definitely had my heart going a bunch of times, and it was just kind of surreal.
Rafe, big RBI, 2 RBI single. Talk about that.
Yeah, you know, that was a time in the game where you know, I needed to step up. Had some guys on base, and you're trying to make something happen. Trying to get a good pitch to hit, and you know, got a curveball and went the other way with it.
Guy next to you there, talk about your night at the plate. Pretty good night at the plate.
Well, it's all because of my teammates, and because of them, I got good pitches to hit today. Everybody was 1 through 9 was competing, and that's all you can ask out of an offense. I mean, I think everybody battled, and that just helped me because when I saw them battling, I knew I had to go battle, and was just happy to put some good swings on balls, and happy they fell.
Coach, your comments, please.
Well, the first thing I'd like to do is congratulate Tony Robichaux and his staff on a tremendous season, a great bounce-back season for those guys and all of their players. Their players played their hearts out today. That was a long day for them, and quite frankly, that was a much tougher game than I really expected it to be. It was a really hard-fought game. We were very fortunate to win that game. If it wasn't for Brent Bonbon pitching the way that he did, we'd have had a much more difficult time winning that ball game because their left-hander that started the game, man, what a courageous performance by him. He did a tremendous job, and their kids played their hearts out. You know, shortstop made some great plays. You know, they played really super. And for our pitching staff to hold that offensive team to, I think they had 3 hits tonight, didn't they, if I'm not mistaken? That's just speaks volumes about the job that Brent did, Rumbelow did, and then of course Cotton at the end. So it's a great win for us. We're obviously very happy to move on to the next step. We've now won 3 championships this year, the SEC Western Division, the SEC Tournament, and now the NCAA Regional. But there was no dog piles out there on the mound because we all know that that's just 3/5 of the job that needs to be done to get to Omaha. So we had 3 big wins, but the players knew it takes 5. You know, we're going to have a great opponent coming in next weekend. It's going to be an electric atmosphere, and we know what the goal is. We know what's waiting at the end of the weekend next weekend, and we're not going to celebrate a lot until we have accomplished that. So it was a great tournament. We didn't play great all the time. We played just good enough to win in some ways. And Rafe came through with the big 2-run single there when we needed it the most. You know, Alex just had a tremendous series the whole weekend. I think he's over 100 hits now for the year, which is an unbelievable accomplishment for a freshman in this league. So I'm looking forward to next weekend.
Questions right here in the front.
Rafe, you talked about the big 2-run single you got there, but it seemed like y'all were really struggling to come up with a big hit in the early innings. Y'all feel like y'all were kind of letting them off the hook there?
Yeah, I mean, we had opportunities early in the game. You know, we just didn't get the job done. But, you know, we kept battling. I thought we had good at bats. You know, we kept getting runners on. You know, we did the job early, but we got done with it. You know, later on.
Right here.
Coach, 2 weeks ago, you know, you talked about setting the roster for Hoover and about, you know, trying to make sure we got through healthy, trying to make sure that you had as few bumps as possible. 2 weeks later, it seems like the exact opposite sort of happened. I know there's still much to do, but just sort of reflecting back, just the zany 2 weeks.
That's a very good word, zany. Yeah, I wasn't counting on using that, but that would be a good description of it. It all started, you know, with Laird's rolling his ankle last Saturday, and then it's just been a series of things that have happened. And then today, not only did we not have Sean McMullen, we didn't have Chris Shamber, who was home with a fever. So we were very short-handed, and that's why I put Alex Edward in as a DH instead of Foster, because I was afraid if I had to pinch hit for Foster, then I have another outfielder on the bench. I didn't have anybody I could use, and if Laird hurt his ankle or we needed to pinch hit for somebody, we just didn't have any options. So that's why we made that change before the game. But you know, I think the whole thing is a testament to these kids. No matter what breaks go against us, no matter what we have to deal with, we find a way. And different hero every day. It wasn't real pretty this weekend. I'll be the first to admit that. We didn't play great in most facets, didn't play consistent. but we did enough to win, and these kids don't get discouraged. And by the way, winning is the goal, you know. You can win it without playing great baseball sometimes, and I think that's a compliment.
Over here to you, right?
Rafe, you patted right when you found out that you had 100 hits in the season. Was that a goal for you coming into the season? Is that something that you were shooting for coming in?
Not really. It wasn't really a goal. I mean, it's an honor to have 100 hits in this great league, and I mean, I didn't really shoot for that. I shot for higher, so I'm not really satisfied with that.
What's higher? What were your goals?
Well, I mean, I wanted to hit a lot better than I did this year, but hey, we still got a long ways to go, and it's not about how I hit or how I don't hit. To me, it's about how LSU does, and we're doing pretty dang good right now. We got to keep that up.